Me starting this show was one of the hardest things I've done. Was like, I fear of the unknown. Will people watch it? Will I be the authentic self of myself? Will I portray information? Will I fulfill the objectives I have written down? It has been a process of me as Sonnie realizing that doesn't serve me, and that's unlearning. It's not impossible, it's just difficult. From wherever you're joining me from, hello and welcome to Her Essence. I'm your host, Sonnie Macharia. What is unlearning? Buckle up and let's talk. Welcome back to Her Essence. I'm so glad you joined us. I always appreciate you guys. You're the reason we're here. Today I want us to talk about unlearning. Someone said unlearning is impossible, and I had a eureka moment because that's the thought that we have mostly in our head. We think unlearning is impossible. It is not. It is difficult, but it is impossible. Growing up, we were taught some of these things from when you are like two, how to be, how to do all these things. We were taught a lot of things that come with adulting, a lot of things that come with being a human. But some of those things, and no blame to anyone, but some of these things are wrong. Some of these things don't serve us right as we grow. Some of these things are diminished to our mental health. They are diminished to our humanity, diminished to everything. I'm going to give you an example with FGM. Growing up in our culture, FGM was a good thing. FGM was, you have to do this. You have to pass through this. But as the years have come, we have started unlearning the process. We have started realizing that this doesn't serve women. This doesn't make you a better woman. It actually hurts you and has no benefit apart from the shenanigans that you're told that you get ready for your husband. But we have come to a process over the years gradually to realize that that doesn't serve us. And that's unlearning. It's not impossible, it's just difficult. There's some of the things. I saw a tweet and it says, by Bruce Lee, and it says, an empty cup, make sure you have an empty cup so that it may be filled, because become devoid to gain totality. That means that you have to let go of these things you learned as a kid when you come to adulting. Because I don't know, I feel like growth and adulting, my whole adulting life has been unlearning these things. It has been unlearning that education maybe is not everything. It has been unlearning that my mental health is actually prioritized. It has been unlearning that women can take over this world because the future is female. I repeat, it's female. But it has been a process of me as Sonnie realizing that that doesn't serve me. That doesn't serve my humanity. That doesn't make me a better person, and unlearning it. That is growth. So as Bruce Lee has said, you have to empty the cup so that it has a devoid for you to fill it in, to be ready to foster the willingness to learn new things. Because I think as young adults, our parents have these things they believe you should be doing. They have this thing that you have to graduate, go to the next level. And it's in their mind that this is what they want for their kids. But we have come to a realization that in this culture, in this generation we're living in, your talent is actually can make you have the most financial freedom. That means that it's time for the parents to realize, okay, I can take the back seat. She's an adult. He's an adult and can figure this out. Because there are questions you should ask yourself when you have something that you want to do and you think it doesn't serve you right. You have to make sure you ask yourself where it comes from. Don't follow anything blindly. Don't just wake up and say, he said, she said, this is a gospel truth. Sit down and make sure you know where it comes from. It doesn't have to be maybe it's a construed belief, maybe it's not even true, but you have to rethink it, evaluate it, and analyze it as who you are, and make sure does it support your mental health. That is the most important thing. Mental health is a conversation that for over the years was a taboo to have, but right now is the most important conversation. How does it serve? Sometimes you can use a scale of 1 to 10. How is your mental health at a 7, at an 8? Because that is the most important thing for you to be whole and for you to perform in whatever you do. Make sure everything you do supports it. If it doesn't, it's time to unlearn that. It's time to sit down and say, that doesn't serve me. That doesn't serve my mental health. That doesn't serve its purpose. It's just derailing me as a person. And that's when you know you need to unlearn something. Is it in alignment with my life, what I believe, my principles, what I was taught growing up, my background? Does it align to it? I can give you an example. If maybe alcohol, does drinking alcohol align to your life? Yes, you're told that maybe at an age you have to drink for you to be cool or whatever, but does it align to your principles? That's when you realize, I need to unlearn these concepts because it doesn't serve me. For example, let's say female, and the whole I am below a man thing. Does it align to you? Because you know you're a woman, you're empowered, but does it align to your life? Do you want to be subordinate all the time and sit back and let you help other people win and take the back seat? Does it align to your life? If it doesn't, it's time to unlearn it. It's time to leave it. It's okay. It's such a scary process actually to unlearn stuff, but it's one of the most serving things in this world. When you realize, because I have said it's growth. How do you measure your growth? How much have you allowed yourself as a person to unlearn? How much have you allowed yourself to leave behind and grow and foster that sense of willingness to learn other things and let things serve you? The other thing is, how authentic is it? How authentic does it make you? I preach authenticity in everything you do, in your work, in your car, in your relationships, in your work, in everything you do. How authentic are you? And how authentic will whatever you're doing make you? Because authenticity is it's like a revolution to being such a whole human being. Can you imagine if the whole world, we had authentic conversations, we had authentic people, we had authentic relationships? Then it will be a better world, because authenticity begins with you. But if these things you're doing don't foster your authenticity, leave them and learn the process. And learn what you were taught, and learn that for example, an A student doesn't mean that she will make it in life or he will make it in life and you won't make it in life. And learn that education isn't the thing. Yes, you have to have education, that is good, but it doesn't determine your future. It doesn't determine your success, because people are making it out here. It's clear we live in a social media world. Some of these people who are blowing up, education was the last thing they actually did care about. But I'm not saying it's bad, but this allowing yourself to say we are in a different generation, social media is it. Because I remember growing up and my parents were very, very particular about social media. I think the whole internet tech world. But right now they're learning that that's what we do. That's how the world is going. Because these days communication is via WhatsApp, official communication, all these things. It has allowed them, as I have seen them unlearn the process and realize that this technology is what we really actually do need. And the other thing you should look is, do I believe that it serves the true myself as a true person? Because if it all comes back to authenticity, how authentic are you? How authentic does your action make you? How authentic does whatever you're doing, how you're treating other people make you? Because authenticity, I repeat, is the most important thing you can do to yourself. But this, for you to unlearn, you have to foster a sense of willingness. Allow yourself. Stop being an antagonist. Because these things that are growing and new things that are coming up, some of them help you, some of them don't. But allowing yourself to be in a space to allow to be able to let other information in, to listen to other people, what they're doing different, and to be ready to let it in. The other thing you should do is be willing to pursue the unfamiliar things, because we have this attachment with familiarity. That thing that is not familiar to you, like the fear of the unknown, because sometimes you need to venture into that thing. For example, me starting this show was one of the hardest things I've done. Was like, I fear of the unknown. Will people watch it? Will I be the authentic self of myself? Will I portray information? Will I fulfill the objectives I have written down? But allowing myself to venture that unfamiliarity has been the best thing, has been the most rewarding thing. Because if you allow yourself, because this world is changing, guys. It is a shift. Every day is a new thing. Every day is a new thing. Every day, how we used to probably use our phones is different. How we used to do our classes is different. How we graduate is different. How we do our work, everything is different. Especially now in the world where human labor is not a thing a lot. Because of technology, the tech world taking over, cryptocurrency, all these things. But you have to allow yourself to pursue that unfamiliar ground. The other thing you should make sure is have enlightening conversations. It raises curiosity. Enlightening conversation. What conversations are you having with your friends? I believe in, like, if you sit down with someone, make sure that you have a conversation that leaves questions, that leaves you wanting to be a better person, that leaves you wanting to improve a certain aspect of your life. I'm a sapiosexual. So the conversations you have with intellect, they make you want to be a better person. Or you'll be like, that's a eureka moment. I've never thought about it. So it raises a curiosity in your mind. So you want to venture into other things and learn what you knew. Get out of your comfort zone and realize that there is too much this world has to offer. But you have to allow yourself. You have to have this scary process called unlearning. It's scary, because you're going to a world that you don't know. It's like this cave, unarusha huko ndani, figure it out, which is what we were told in adulting. You have to make sure that you have opened up yourself to learning things, open mind, because open mind is just like curiosity that needs to be nurtured, and you need to allow yourself to do all these things, learn yourself, but make sure in all this whole process, authenticity is always back of your mind. Who are you as a person? Because that is the revolution of your glory. If you realize that you are comfortable being your true self, that there is your revolution. Because being fake doesn't last. It's like acting. No, even an actor will tell you they won't act 24/7. There's time they will go back to who they are as a person and not a character. So if you realize the power in your authenticity, then every conversation, every relationship you have, every work, everything you touch will be a blessing. Thank you so much for joining me. Hope you have learned a lot. Hope you open to unlearning after this conversation. It has been me, Sonnie Macharia. This is Wema TV, and that's the voice of